I don't see the point of your reluctance. The letter conveyed Zeno's decision clearly. I suggest we warm ourselves up with a few drinks before we go. Do you have any stowage in town? Better than sitting here dwelling on the things that cannot be changed. Please, tell me you have something like cocoa here?
니들이 물자를 안 모아주는데 어떻게 있어 이 새끼야. 상당히 말하는 게 싸가지가 없구나.
This is not what we agreed on earlier, Mr. Bertolt.
그니까.
Calm yourself, Villa.
You must be mistaken, my very passionate friend. Sino sent a warning months ago. The estimated value Rayashi can add to Sino's program is less than satisfactory. Further support is no longer recommended. Should any new valuable resources be found in the region, please reply to this letter as soon as possible for further assessment. Then we heard back from Rayashi. In fact, the sender was you, Evgeny.
Yevgen.
Yes, it was.
And it was you yourself that argued the most compelling point, I have to say. One that has drawn the higher-ups' attention. And the reason why I was sent here. I believe you wrote, I have total faith in the quality of the people of Rayashi. Their solidarity, dedication, and motivation have proven invaluable to us. I am certain they would carry those same strengths of character and skill to any post, no matter where they were assigned.
Zeno accepted my application. Of course, I asked around before making my submission, and Zeno seemed to have a good reputation. It was a golden opportunity to join them.
It is. But do not get us wrong. Our entrance requirements can be most difficult to meet. Zeno only takes in the best of the best.
You want some of us to work for Zeno? You never told us anything like that, Yevgeny!
Yevgeny.
Be reasonable, Villa. Some of us deserve this opportunity.
What about the others? We have elders and children. Some of our comrades have been injured and even died in the mine. Are we to forget their sacrifices?
Relax, my friend. That's why we sent our very best biological control squad. We will escort you to the nearest shelter.
Face reality, Villa. I know how much effort we have put into building this town, and I understand you have this dream to fulfill. But we must prepare for the worst. We may have to give up on our Rayashi. Read this.
Field investigation has confirmed that the remaining rhenium reserves in Rayashi are around 0.0173 kilotons, which is less than 0.275% of our average annual output. The mine is located high within the Arctic Circle, which has entailed significant transportation costs. The harsh environment is also wholly unsuitable for building any permanent processing facilities. In addition, military spending on the region has recently been elevated 3.61 times due to increasing animal and critter attacks, and that number is still rising. Clearly, the region is now incapable of self-management. According to the Guide on Global Humanitarian Aid by the Office for Disaster Risk Reduction of Xeno Arms Academy, we propose to send a special squad to the region to evacuate all local citizens and subsequently take care of the remaining biological control issues.
And our admission standards will be lowered at Xeno's discretion, so that you will all find work with us somewhere.
I'm sorry, but this is reality. From the start, this ore was the only thing they wanted from us. The environment here has always been harsh for mining, but we overcame it and sent our shipments to wherever Xeno had need of them.
And I salute each one of you for your work, my friends.
But now, our mission is over. I believe all of you will continue to work hard in your new positions, no matter what.
You shouldn't rush to a decision. We are discussing Rayashki's future here, Yevgeny. For 6 decades, the people here have put in great efforts to turn the town into what it is today. We won't leave just because you tell us so. Our grandparents didn't even have construction equipment at the beginning. They built these houses with their own hands. We ship over the planting soil. We build walls to keep out the wind and snow.
When you came here, you brought books for the children and introduced us to a species different than humans. You became one of us. I'm not happy about this either, Comrade Vila.
I won't buy that, Comrade Yevgeny. This is not just about my dream, but everyone's dream. Or have you forgotten what Rayashki was meant to be?
A utopia built for and by everyone. The voice of a better future. One which would sound across the land and seas. I remember every word of it.
You have my sympathy, friends. Xeno has also suffered huge losses in many regions. We have lost manpower, territory, armament factories, and even some of our affiliated military schools. Rayashki is but one of these losses. We know how you feel right now. But Xeno has his own problems to be faced. And investing in these new industries, purchasing fancy equipment, all these things Rayashki will need. All of this takes money, and even Xeno must be economical.
Shouldn't the people in Rayashki also benefit from these global benefits Xeno has promised?
We will get there, my friend. Maybe slowly, but we will get there. Trust me, Xeno has done everything they can for you. We need to keep our eyes on our goals and stay on the right course, so that we won't get lost in these turbulent times. Yes? I know how much faith these people have in you, and I believe you can show them a different perspective about these coming changes. Of course, this will also help you during Xeno's assessment. Good luck, my friend.
직업만 됐지? 예인병.
The reserves of runium running dry, the appearance of new critters, the sudden snowstorm. I've connected the ley lines of each of these phenomena. The map is nearly complete. But still haven't traced many lines and marks back to their source. Perhaps if I go back to the factories, into the restricted zones. But I can't do that alone. Definitely not when the situation in town is so unstable. Well, I should have given this up long ago. There's no chance that the study of ley lines will ever be accepted again.
Regretfully, Miss Winsong, with nothing but these outdated files and materials to back you up, there's simply no way to justify reinstating the study of ley lines into our curriculum. We don't have unlimited funds, and we must save our money for projects with greater potential. The study of ley lines is... Of course, we might be able to consider new ideas and projects. You can't be allowed to do this on your own. You will need endorsements from the Institution of Geographic Studies, the Arcane Creatures Society, or other such organizations. Let me think. Zeno seems to be interested in geographers recently. They just recruited a number of researchers for a new commission. Maybe you should go try your luck with them.
The submission date is getting closer each day, but I've made poor progress. Zeno won't endorse me if I can't find a breakthrough. They have become more and more radical and desperate lately. First, they sent those researchers here to conduct their haphazard studies, and now an armed force? And all this effort just to chase the rumor of some source of perpetual energy? That this perpetual energy source must be hidden somewhere beneath the permafrost. The higher-ups call the shots. All they need to do is spread a little honey in the right places. Then all the little researchers will swarm on it like flies. But could there really be a magical power source like that? Whether there is or not, I still have a map to finish. There's no way that I can map every ley line in the region all by myself. Goodbye, research funds. Goodbye, lectures and seminars, and so long to my dreams of being chair of the Geographical Perspectives Forum.
Tuk-tuk!
Huh? What was that?
Miss Winsong, we've been waiting for you.
달러 이쁘다.
Miss Winsong, we prepared a special medal ceremony for you in August. Please, come to our ceremony.
We just wanted to thank you for teaching us. Miss Villa was right. We shouldn't have been so quick to argue. We should have listened.
So you should be given an award for being right. But our ceremony will not be as big as the ones on TV.
Miss Winsong, will you accept this medal?
I have no cup to put this medal in, so we can't toast with it in celebration. But now I know, no matter what, I won't be returning empty-handed. Thank you, kids.
Do you mean... are you leaving us?
But there is so much you still need to teach us. Raya시ki embraces every guest, including you, Miss Winsong. Don't you like it here?
이런 말 할 줄도 알았어?
But those things I heard at the welcome ceremony,
그걸 애들한테
won't we all be leaving soon?
No, I don't believe it. That stranger was mean. He wasn't our friend.
그래서 얘네 옆에 있긴 했지만
This is our town. They can't speak for us.
That's right.
Miss Villa invited the men from Zeno to leave his ship. Then they went into Mr. Evgeny's meeting room together.
Uncle Knut promised me that no one will give up this place. They will go to many meetings and find a solution that satisfies both sides.
The tortoises move slowly. They need to keep their eyes open and look for a better answer.
So, will you stay and teach us?
I won't cause you any more trouble. I promise.
Comrade Calculator is speaking.
특정기 방식. 뭐야?
Hello,
헬로.
Comrade Calculator. Are you giving the earthworms directions?
What's going on here? My calibrator! The whale-like backbone, the diamond-shaped teeth, 2 short legs with dim eyes and an extremely sharp nose. That must be a kikituk.
What?
But their closest habitat should be Konkarl's land, hundreds of kilometers away. Their marks on the map appear to be red, sort of reddish-brown, and there's a large amount of light energy accumulated around them. Clearly they're high on the food chain. Seems like the small fish have attracted more than one big fish. Kids, get behind me.
Oh, the kikituks are giving a performance. Their nose sings, their 4 dances, and their belly shakes. But why aren't their ears doing anything?
August, what are you doing there? Stay back. Those are not Kikin.
But... But their ears are left behind. They can't join the dance. Then they will not get their Alyonka.
뭔 소리야?
Ears? Природа — это числа и черты.
오, 역시 마도학자. 뭐 수 있어? 우와.
So that seems to be their weak spot. Good job, little one. You're even more perceptive than I thought. Next. Blin! This was one of the last working instruments I had!
너무 불쌍하잖아. 얼마 안 되는데 미천이.
Don't be sad, Miss Winsong. If we plant them in the soil, many more will come out when spring comes.
Thank you, August.
Miss Winsong, can I be a lay hunter too?
If we were as good as you are, maybe we could have protected your machine.
And maybe we could protect our town.
Kids, lay hunting isn't a good profession. If you become a lay hunter, you will have to deal with doubt from all your peers, even hatred, and homework that piles up to your roof.
Miss Winsong, people in Raya시ki are taught not to doubt or hate others. They would never hate you or us.
Exactly.
I'm happy that you let us show you around, Miss Winsong.
귀엽다.
Near the town. I met a blind lady once. She always smiles, and she has a pretty typewriter. Villa said she's a writer. The writer has been to many towns, and she fills up her papers with so much ink, just like I do. So, I made a drawing for her too.
And she promised us that she will tell more people to come visit Raya시ki.
Will people from other places like it here?
What about your other visitors?
I remember they had green and red rectangular paper. and some shiny cookies in their hands.
They tried to trade us their silly papers so they could take our cans and things. They never wanted to work with their own hands. And Raya시ki doesn't like lazy bones.
Miss Vinsong, Pitcher got all of us together last night, and we read for our How to Be a Good Tour Guide. So we can guide you.
Miss Wensong is just a bit strange. She's not lazy.
This time, I want horse, clean shake, and oladi.
Let's not hurry on to our rewards, Avgus. We haven't helped Miss Vinsong yet.
Oh, right.
Good to see out our little factory, Miss Winsong.
Hello, sir.
The kids have told me that you want to learn more about the history of Raya시ki and the strange things that have happened in the past, yes?
I do. But would that be going against any rules?
Most certainly not, miss. We're not some stubborn old goats that dismiss people for asking questions. In fact, I'm relieved. It will be much easier to talk to you than that bitter fellow from Zeno. He came to the factory with his armed squad, took a quick look around, and left even without a polite farewell. Like a whiff of cold breeze, that one. These old, outdated machines and hundreds of workers, young and old, each one a mouth to be fed. They are certainly not a pretty sight to the eyes of that greedy hyena.
A pathetic, number-crunching cretin.
I am starting to like you, miss. We would have much to talk about, perhaps over a drink, if only I didn't have to get on with my work. You can see what's going on here, right? Don't feel sorry for us. Xena might no longer need this ore processing factory, but we could make use of what's left of it. Once we get rid of the critters, we can arrange for other minerals or materials to be shipped to Raya시ki for processing. It is a shame we wasted so much of our good years, never preparing for these bad times. If those strange little monsters weren't there, we might be able to return to our mines. Then we'd really be able to turn things around.
About these mining sites. Mr. Canute, have you ever found anything there, other than runium ore?
Never. I know those sites like the back of my own hand. I've never seen any other minerals of any worth there. But give it some time, miss. Well, give me some time.
실망이 떠올랐구나.
Just a few months ago, back when Xena were still keen to work with us and not just ship us away, some strange little pebbles. Dark pebbles that were stuck in the clothes of those little monsters. Xenos soon sent out some troops and caught all the monsters. They didn't leave a single one behind. We never heard about those pebbles again, nor have we found more of them in the mines. And you know the rest. Now we've exhausted the runium, and more strange-looking critters have appeared. So it's not safe to go back there. We left them completely deserted.
Please take a look at this, Mr. Knut.
No, their clothes were thicker than a polar bear's. But these are closer. These monsters had much larger teeth. They almost look like old mining pigs. And no ears.
Could they be some kind of Hoytuk?
Yes, this one looked just like the creatures.
If that's true, then it may be another big fish that has come here to feed.
It is true. You can ask around. Many of the other workers have seen it.
So, the color of a Hoytuk is bright yellow, and that matches with these bright yellow lines I've traced here on the map. They are burrowing animals, often living as deep as 50 meters underground, so if they were here, that must mean that there must be some undiscovered resource here.
Talk of undiscovered resources would be music to our ears, miss.
I don't want to get your hopes up. It's still too early to draw any conclusions.
Yet, the corner of your mouth is suggesting the opposite.
I must be cautious before confirming there really is a new resource. Nonetheless, it's a silver lining. Thank you, Mr. Knut.
Think nothing of it, miss. Maybe one day you and your research will return the favor.
I will, if I can. I hope your work here can be resumed shortly.
Don't worry about us. We will find a way to drive those critters away and start production once again. We have all our brothers and sisters with us, and these machines still run perfectly. As long as we continue to put in our best effort, there's no reason why things won't get better.
Is this exceptionally positive spirit common with the people here?
Well, can't blame us for that. There are very few places in the world like Raya시ki. Here, everyone earns their food and their rest through working hard together. Then outside of work, ice hockey, learning courses, even music lessons. Not everyone is as lucky as us. That is why we won't let Raya시ki die. With busy hands and open hearts, Raya시ki will live on. It will grow stronger, glowing as brightly as these furnaces.
I have to say, Raya시ki is truly a curious place. It has a spirit which I've never found elsewhere. Yes, perhaps that's what was missing from the study of ley lines in the past.
내가 무신가 보네. 아,
Miss Winsong, would you like to meet Mr. Patrick?
배터리가 뭐야?
It's time to go to the canteen, boys and girls. Eat well, and you'll grow strong. Patrick knows how to feed you well. He's the best cook in town.
아하. 요리.
But I would suggest you be careful with that one. If you don't want to get stuck with his endless chatter all night.
밥 만들어주는데 그 정도는.
I have never been to the canteen. I stayed out of that area in my previous visits to avoid unwanted trouble.
Forward to Comrade Blinche.
До скорой встречи, miss. I look forward to hearing good news from you.
This is our canteen. We play hide and seek here when we're hungry. Comrade stew and potato piroshki are always the easiest to find. They're not very clever at hiding. But Comrade Blinchik is very good at the game. He can only be found at dinners on Friday.
We have good food, like mashed potatoes and boiled potatoes and potato stew. Mr. Patrick said a good cook can turn even simple ingredients into delicious food. The grown-ups are so kind to us. Sometimes they give us their cheese and salad, so they only have potatoes to eat.
Don't cry, Nina. Remember when you shared your Lenka with everyone? When we grow up, it'll be our turn to help the grown-ups with our potatoes.
We also have the Tin Hat Festival, when they give us metal hats with food in them.
It's called the Workers' Festival. We have it every month. Everyone must sit in a circle in the canteen and sing songs, and Miss Villa plays the accordion for us. We each get a can of food in it. Sometimes it's tushonka, sometimes it's salad, sometimes sprouts.
Yes, and after the Tin Hat Festival, we would bury our tin hats in the ground. Yellow ones, red ones, and white ones. Then tiny trees will come out from them next year.
I have told you many times, they are not tin seeds and they don't grow into trees. They are just tin cans. We only bury them so they won't pollute the snow.
Piles of tin cans. Food. Those empty cans you mentioned, did you store them here?
Oh, I know this place. That's where the adults dug a big hole. They put some things inside. It's covered up with rocks and ice now.
Yes, Fasono is right. That's where the grown-ups put all our old metal after they make them into little cubes. Miss Vila said It helps keep our town and the whole region clean. Why? What's wrong with that place?
I'm thrilled. There must be lots of big fish left to be found around there. If I can write a report and provide a practical plan, maybe I can get I could request reinforcements.
Yay! School trip! School trip!
This is no trip, children. I'm not going there for a hike. You must stay in town and be good. That goes for every one of you. Understood?
위험하지 마. 아가.
Shh! Quiet, kids!
Attention, please. Tomorrow at 8 in the morning, we will be holding our final hearing. In this meeting, we hope to finalize our next steps and answer any remaining questions. We look forward to seeing you there. What's this? Are you planning on getting a job with Xeno too?
Huh?
It says here you've been staying in this town for months, but it seems you're not on our list for potential recruitment from Raya시ki. I should remind you, for you researchers, what you produce tells much more about you than your efforts.
That's precisely why I'm here.
Go on.
Based on the recent investigations, I'm confident that there is a new energy source in the area that has yet to be discovered.
And that's it? We already believed there was something here when we sent you out in the first place. You were sent here to find it. Instead, all you do is confirm what we already knew.
But you said that perpetual energy was just a myth, didn't you?
Of course it wasn't just a myth, lady. Why else would we ask you to investigate here in the first place? Do you have anything else to report?
No, but I do need your help. I will need an armed squad to come with me to the mining sites so that I can continue my investigations into this subject. I'm afraid I don't know how long it will take. It also depends on the number of soldiers you can spare for the task.
일생 없을 것 같은데.
You have a terrible sense of humor.
I'm not being funny. You want more research on the new resource too, don't you?
Miss Vinsong, Do you really think this is even a remotely reasonable request? Critters are running rampant in the area, and you demand help to verify what is, as far as I can see, a highly questionable conclusion. Why should I waste Xeno's time and resources on this? Not to mention, putting the lives of our soldiers at risk.
If you have doubts, please take a look at these files.
And let me guess, you learned all this from your study of ley lines? To date, the theory of ley lines has neither been approved by the Arcane Study Review Association, nor accepted by the Project Assessment of Human Science and Technology. It has zero academic achievements, zero endorsements, and aside from the questionable example in front of me, zero researchers.
That's all only a temporary setback.
Ms. Vinsong, I sympathize with the awkward situation I have put you in. However, Xeno simply cannot afford to waste resources on a proposal without any solid evidence.
I will give you something. All I need is a bit of help up front, I promise. Did you not come here to deal with these critters? Then what's the fuss about? Can't you deal with them while accompanying me to these mining sites as well?
I'm afraid you've got our intentions altogether wrong. Xeno is here for one thing only. A source of perpetual energy. This is what you have been tasked to find. With the resources you were given. We won't approve any further requests until you have a solid lead. We aren't paying you for a charity mission.
So then you never planned on controlling the critters here? The squad you brought here was to control the town?
A force sufficient to deal with the critters would have attracted unwanted attention from our rivals. It is not in our interests to share this town or its resources. I'm sure you can see that.
So even if we do find the resource for you, you won't leave this town or its people alone.
We're talking about the ultimate energy source of Arcanum. Do you think we will just walk away and leave it to be squandered by a bunch of ignorant peasants and miners?
You should be ashamed of yourself.
What we are going to do with Raya시ki should be of no concern to you. We have made every arrangement for them. We aren't monsters. Before the final decision is made, we will continue to help the locals as much as we can. Including you.
Is this?
You seem surprised. Isn't it what you have always wanted? With Xeno's endorsement, you will be able to teach your program in any university. We have prepared this gesture of our good faith in you. Now, it's your turn to show yours. Forget about an armed squad. They have more important things to do. You're on your own, my friend. But prove to us that you can do this job and bring us the best answer you can give. And this piece of paper will be yours when you complete your mission.
I understand.
See that you do. Good luck out there, Miss Winsong.
Was I out of my mind? He was just trying to get me out of his office. He threw a carrot out of the window and I chased right after it like a blinded mule.
잘만 아는 애는
Still. Maybe this carrot is too good to let go. Focus. Once I fill the gaps in my data, I will be able to pitch it to Zeno, and all subsequent research won't be a problem anymore. The primary food sources for Hoytuk are raw minerals underground. Those processed metals only keep them from starving to death. They wouldn't have gone across any icy ocean just to gnaw on old equipment and trash. All I need to do is find a trace of their activity so that I can learn about their current conditions and from there, locate their other food sources. Stay calm. Hoytuk are gentle creatures. They rarely attack humans. I just need to be cautious. С ума сойти! Ух ты! All right, change of direction. If I were to look down instead of looking forward, maybe I should scan the area and follow where the ley energy is leading, just like I did at Silbury Hill. Of course, I hope the outcome will be different this time. Before all that, I need to clear out this place. Природа — это числа и черты. Природа — это мозаика цветов. Shoot. Now I've done it. Those vestigial digging teeth, the 3 fingers long tearing teeth, these are not Hoytuk. These scaled wings must be for swimming. Then you must be... Mutant Kikituk from the Olga area. You should be at the Olga Strait hunting for migrating salmon and whales, not here. Why would you come here? What inspired you to trek across the ocean just to hunt for humans? It seems while their claws and teeth have degraded, their reflex is much quicker than a Hoytuk's. They perceived my approach even though I used my ley line reader as a dampener.
Get out! Get out of here! I'll cover you!
야, 뭐하면 어떻게
Thank you, sir. Yevgeny, the kids told me about a can pile. Is it nearby?
Can pile? They must be talking about our waste metal. I'm afraid it's gone, Miss Winson. Maybe animals dug it all out, or maybe those little monsters ate it.
Do you know if that happened before or after the Runian mines ran dry?
I'm not sure. You shouldn't be here. There's nothing of value to find in this place. And you're not supposed to be using this arcane equipment here either. We have a better way to deal with these fierce little monsters. What you're doing will just attract more of them.
You can drive away the Kikituks?
Not anymore. We don't have much left to fight them off with. Zeno didn't bring any equipment for our team, let alone any weapons. Go. Leave before it's too late.
What if I don't want to just give up?
I've seen your residence application. You say you are a researcher. Then you should be clever enough not to go down a fruitless and dangerous path.
I admit that what I am doing here is reckless, and maybe I'm just motivated by my own selfish interests, but I can't just walk away from my commitments. You have lived in Raya시ki for a long time. You know what commitment means here much better than I do. I won't give it up so easily. Just like the people here won't give away their land like nothing.
It's stubbornness. That's all. They should have gone to other places and put their talents to good use, rather than staying here to fight for nothing.
Is that why you gave away the town so easily to Zeno? Do you really even know your neighbors?
I have lived and worked together with them for decades. Don't be ridiculous. I agree with Zeno's perspective.
I've been to many places, and I have encountered many people like you. Stuck-up leader types. Making decisions on behalf of other people because it's what's good for them.
And they should listen, just as you should now. It's my responsibility to protect everyone, to do right by them. I will make them see it tomorrow at the hearing.
People of Raya시ki, my dear friends, good day to you all. Over the past 2 days, Zeno has assessed the potential risks and benefits in the area and held hearings on what should be done about the future of this town. our hearing saw very limited attendance. We've taken that to be a gesture of approval. Mr. Evgeny has put in a great effort helping to make these changes happen. We all owe him a great deal. Thank you, sir. Please believe that we have made the best decision we could for you. We all know the runium here has run dry, and the land has been exhausted of all further material wealth, now and into the foreseeable future. As a result, your local processing factory has lost its intended purpose. What's more, Sino has changed our cooperation strategy. Though your town's loyalty will never be forgotten, we must have a sober-minded view of its costs and benefits. To sum up, our final decision is that we will be ending operations and all future cooperation between Sino and Raya시ki.
Well, Mr. Bertolt, you have just got here. Perhaps you didn't have enough time to get to know us well enough. Rayaski's value is not just in our runium. We have many other factories too.
Yes, you have a brick factory, a power plant, many forklifts, a smattering of conveyor belts. But all these were all built and suited for only the processing of runium ore. Without the ore, they simply have no benefit to us. Now that you have full knowledge of the situation and our intentions, we want to assure you that your loyalty has not been forgotten. So we have generously prepared 2 choices for the future of Raya시ki. Firstly, Sino believes that you have many valuable qualities. The determination and skills you've shown in the past year of our cooperation have proved that your people can be a great asset to us. Indeed, many of you already meet the entrance requirements to join Sino. Therefore, on behalf of Sino Arms Academy, I wish to extend a heartfelt invitation to you. Leave Raya시ki, join us, and work for one of our other branches as members of Sino.
What are you saying? You want us to abandon our home for some promise of a job?
Calm down, Mr. Knut. This is not about abandoning your home. It's about joining us in our efforts to contribute to world peace through a more optimized allocation of manpower.
So you're just going to pack us all up and ship us away to work for Zeno?
You misunderstand, madam. Every year, Sino dismisses 4% of our employees because they failed to pass our rigorous work reviews. And the number of our colleagues that are killed in the line of duty is even larger still. Working for Sino is a privilege, not a gift. That's why only a small number of you will be allowed to come and work for us. What? Now, according to Article 58 in the section on protection of Arcanist rights signed at the Event Horizon Convention, we will provide basic supplies for any residents who haven't been offered a position with Zeno. They will be transferred immediately to the nearest relief station until our social workers contact them for further arrangements.
So then, You're suggesting you will send our children and elderly away to some kind of refugee station. And the rest of us must go to work for Xena without any questions? Pridurak! This is total rubbish!
Sir, please lower your voice.
Well, you would be glad to know that your work experience in particular is valuable to Sino, Mr. Knut. If you're not interested in our first plan, we have another. If the residents in the area prove reluctant to relocate, Sino can offer another alternative. As stated earlier, Raya시ki is a remote town that possesses some significant industrial infrastructure. Therefore, it could be considered an ideal location for a new complex of arms factories. There would be a need to substantially upgrade the Raya시ki Wharf, to turn it into one of the seaports Sino plans to build across the globe. Additionally, a radio station will be constructed within the town, which will better facilitate our communication throughout the Arctic region so as to stabilize and coordinate with the other powers in the area. We will now be passing out forms, listing the options I've presented. Please fill them in with your choice.
So your only other option is to turn Raya시ki into some kind of military base under Xeno's control?
I won't put it so bluntly, but you're not incorrect. Our resources, as much as anyone's, are limited, and they must be put to good use. We cannot afford to waste them on strategically useless, costly people and places. If you want Sino to help you, you should be able to give us something in return. Don't you agree?
So Yevgeny, this is the best choice you made for all of us?
I must speak in Mr. Evgeny's defense. He is committed to his duty and only wishes to do what he can for his compatriots.
Shameless! All you've done is sold us out!
You tell them, Knut.
Do you think it's getting a bit windy lately? Clearly, with all the hot air in Evgeny's head, his mind has been blown away.
I swear to you, I'm not doing this out of my own interest. Comrades, there are many better places in this world, and you have better purposes to fulfill. You shouldn't waste your time here.
Let's all calm down, my friends. It's time to be reasonable. Think carefully. Sino has been very generous regarding the offers before you.
Generous? Now that's ridiculous. We won't let you take away our family and friends, nor we're about to let you turn our town into a puppet state.
We will stay here, no matter what.
Comrades, I understand how you feel right now. But we must face the cruel reality of our situation.
And you're willing to send away our own people, or give up on all we've built here because of this so-called reality?
It is the only way forward. If we continue to stay here without any help, it will be the end of us either way.
Do we have to turn to Zeno for this help?
The truth is, just as Rayashki's economy has been dependent on Runi, we remain dependent on Zeno. Without them, at the present rate of consumption, we will be out of supplies and materials within a year.
The situation looks bad. Zeno is determined to gain control over this place. But if I complete the task as Zeno requested, what does it mean? I will shatter their dream? And what about my dream? Did the people who refuse to acknowledge the study of ley lines act out of the same self-interest? I've seen this happen so many times before. A simple dream is made to face a cruel reality, where the clever ones give up and leave, and the stubborn fools remain, waiting to be crushed. We asked for our misery.
Wait! I'm not finished!
But I am, Miss Villa.
Sir, with all due respect, I can't complete this task alone. As an ordinary researcher, I can relate to them. Please, forgive me for interrupting. I have heard so much about Rayashi these days. They started from nothing, but bit by bit they accomplished the impossible. Their voice should be heard. Природа — это числа и черты.
Mr. Boto! We can't hold them any longer.
제트킥 하면 안 되겠죠.
Now, will you listen to me? We don't need your help. Your soldiers and your tyranny are no longer welcome here. Comrades, what do you say? Shall we solve the problem with the strength of our own hands and hearts?
What else can we do? This is what we've always done when there was a problem.
There will be more solutions than problems if we work together.
If I must die, I will die here with all of you.
Stop talking nonsense, you idiot! Nobody is going to die.
Raya시ki belongs to all of us. We will stand with it till its last moment.
They might say they're just ordinary people, but they are so brave and noble.